Down with that Jerry Jones
Uh-huh.
photo from 1957.
Threw you off.
Okay, whatever. I'm for segregation, not really desegregation.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Dude, watch Get Up. Okay,
What?
it's for unemployed people. The show on ESPN. It's after SportsCenter.
They literally are telling you what to do with your life.
This is Sweat Equity, the #1 comedy business podcast in the world.
I wasn't very enthusiastic that time.
I'm a little
Another
rough.
award, by the way.
We won another award?
Yeah.
What award did we win?
Climbing up the Lux Life Global Excellence Award rankings.
Damn, it's like Lux Life has a crush on us.
I don't know.
We've won so many awards with them. Hey, this award-winning podcast is on iTunes, Apple Podcast apps, Spotify, your mom's Sony Walkman, that yellow one, you know?
Yeah.
It's not waterproof, but it's water resistant.
She wants it back.
We're beefing up. We're getting girthy with our YouTube page. And all those links will be in the description of this episode. Got a little Linktree action.
Oh.
Your link of Zelda Link. I'm rough, dude. I'm feeling rough.
Oh,
man. I'm going through puberty, guys. It's all right. This episode's sponsored by Squarespace, the all-in-one customizable drag-and-drop website creator. Build an online store with Squarespace. Good customer support, like legit customer support.
Real people.
I can't stress that enough. Like, in the age of bot customer service, they'll actually get back to you and try to work the problem out with you.
Yeah, if you need it. Their knowledge base, though, is there. Like 99% of the stuff you want to ask is already there.
Oh, the forums are great because there's Squarespace nerds that have answered everything as well.
Yeah.
And if you want to be our
and the forums.
If you want to be our BFFs, subscribe to the pod, rate us, give us that 5-star,
money,
and share it with a friend.
I want money.
Maybe you're talking to your family at Thanksgiving. Someone's trying to get their hustle on. Hit them up with this podcast. Let's get going. Howdy toddy!
It's called Sweat Equity. Sweat Equity. Sweat Equity. Sweat Equity. Sweat Equity.
You are listening to the Sweat Equity Podcast.
Sweat Equity.
Thanks, BZ.
So, the voiceover by BZ Collins? Is that his name?
Collins.
Colin?
/ Thank you.
On a previous episode, probably 2 months ago?
Yeah. I don't even know.
So
we made him get a good one.
So I've been trying to step up our game. Been working on a lot of our Sweat Equity stuff.
Yeah, me too.
No.
The new music, hello.
I'm not saying
evidence right there.
I was getting to that.
You're always
Jeez.
like, you never do anything.
Insecure. I don't say that at all. You do a lot of stuff. You okay? Do you need help?
I don't know.
Is it the Belicheck sweater doing it to you?
Yeah, maybe.
You
All grumpy.
You cut
Stupid officials.
a Buccaneers hoodie into make it a Belicheck one.
I want credit for whenever everybody starts cutting their buck stuff like this, like all jaggedy, because it's like the way a Buccaneer would cut it.
Oh,
I did that first. I did that. You didn't get that.
I didn't get that at first. I really thought you were going Belichick all the way.
It is, but also I did a shitty job cutting the sleeves off.
Right. Yeah.
So that's what I want credit for.
Well, you know what's funny? I almost wore a cut-off Rays shirt I have, a Tampa Bay Rays shirt, that looks like complete dog shit. I look homeless with it.
Uh-huh.
You know, the T-shirt.
How you wear it.
The T-shirt to cutting the sleeves off, there is an art to it.
Yes. You know, you got to watch the nipple zone.
Nip zone, that's #1, because especially if like you cut the sleeves off a T-shirt, and one nips out and the other isn't, and you're always like a chick.
I have two. I swear to God.
Well, then you empathize.
You move it over and you'll
chick
see the other one. They're even.
But like a chick with a tube top, you know, she's always adjusting her tits and stuff. Like
Totally on subject. What are you talking? What?
you feel like you're always having to adjust your tits
Oh,
if your nip showing. Now the hoodie, not a problem.
right. I just adjust my tits for fun.
Are you going to run some routes with that hoodie on? Because that's
Yeah.
the new thing. I don't get that.
What?
In
The warm-up?
July and August, I see the NFL players practicing with this, like, it looks cool, but I know how gross it is outside in Florida.
Yeah, I mean, that could be anything. I mean, receivers usually aren't trying to lose weight, so it's probably not that. But I mean,
no, it's definitely just to look cool.
Yeah, I guess a lot of guys do that to
right.
look cool. A lot of stupid shit, like the gold chains. I can't believe guys wear gold chains hanging out of their jerseys. It's like, dude, you want to die?
Yeah,
if somebody grabs hold of that thing, chop your head off.
Or long ass dreads.
Yeah, especially on offense. It's stupid.
Is this camera wiggling because of the fan?
Wow, it is. Watch.
Do I need to turn that down a bit? Are you wiggling if you get your single shot?
Wait, hold on.
You don't. No, you don't move. you
Oh,
stay
it's
still.
wiggling good, huh?
Wow.
Okay, well,
Do you want me to turn that off?
the Quake cam, sure, that'd be great. You're the one who can roast to death. Me, on the other hand, I'm quite comfy.
Man, I don't know. I'm going through menopause or
The
something.
perfect temp.
You're kind of like a frog. You just don't. Nothing. You're a tree frog, man. Nothing bothers you. Yeah, you got sick, and I was surprised to hear you say that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I wasn't as sick as long as you were.
Yeah,
That's good.
my sinus infection, whatever this is. First off, I feel like a puss having it because you're like, I've only told like you. Because first off, no one gives it
Secrets out. Yeah,
like if
nobody
you
gives
don't
a
get
shit.
sleep and you come in the office and you're like, man, I'm so tired. No one gives a shit. It's like complaining about back pain.
Right.
You know.
Everybody's back hurts. Fucko.
And guys, we have an overcorrection.
Right. You wouldn't even know about it unless we had plans.
Right.
That I was like,
Yeah. If you're like, hey, let's go rollerblading, I'd be like, I don't think
had to
cardio.
cancel rollerblading because of my sickness. I'm sorry.
One of the wheels out of my road.
I don't give a shit.
It's messed up. I'm not going to be able to do any inline rails or any of that. And like, women have now gone so far about complaining about their man boo,
Being a bitch.
being a bitch when they're sick, and it's like, yeah, we don't deal with this. We don't have a once a month checkup.
Yeah.
Like we're not into that.
We don't have the built-in sickness once a month.
You guys have a lot more experience worrying about your own stuff.
Right.
Complicated.
We're not paying attention to things until it grows out of us.
Is
Is that a hernia?
Speaking of being a little misogynistic,
Mush it back in. Sorry.
like a prolapsed anus,
Yep. Just take your knuckle and just.
you are the pink sock of podcasting.
Thank you.
It hasn't been said enough.
Thank you.
Write
Write that down.
the pink sock of podcasting.
Yeah. Eric, the pink sock of podcasting.
Have you ever seen one of
Redinger. A prolapsed anus?
Like your mom's house live shows.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're like, oh, fuck, I can't eat.
It's a good warning for people. That can happen. Don't go sticking stuff up there.
Yeah. Well,
I'm looking at you.
Apparently, if you're in the 80s and a doctor in Florida, you deal with a lot of people putting stuff up their butt.
You mean in
I have nothing to back this up on.
80s or
No,
in
like,
the 80s?
In the 80s, the cocaine days. A lot of guys doing poppers,
Yeah.
getting exotic.
I'll stick it up there. I'll do it.
You think, Bruce? You think that's going to work?
Right. Yeah, I think I could do it.
What's it called? The misogynistic thing I went on stage last night. Sometimes you do stand up and you write a bit. You write out the material ahead of time.
Yeah.
The big trap is you write something that day or on the way to do a set. And you're like, this is pretty good. I'm going to do this.
That's good. No, that one I'm going to do that one.
That should, yeah.
That one definitely is good.
That should, and those should always marinate a little bit more.
Waiting to happen.
But the thing that's cool about stand-up is you're playing you want to play to the comics too, that you can play the audience, you can do material, it's going to work after a while, right?
But you're right. The comics are the real barometer.
Well, I was thinking about it. It's like Rotten Tomatoes. You want to get both scores up. You want
Yeah.
the critics score and you want the audience score.
Right. Is it the audience score so good because they're all retarded?
And there can't be a 20-point difference or there's something fucked up.
Right.
Right? Like if I'm making the comics in the back laugh, I'm not really progressing my material. Because it's probably going to be pretty gross or just really grimy.
I thought you were going to go the other way with it.
Or I was going to do the inverse if I'm, playing to the crowd, like doing cheapy tricks,
right,
kind of stuff. The back of the room, you won't
groans.
be. Yeah, they'll be like, "Cool, good job."
Yeah, you don't want to be a Michael Bay movie,
right?
Audience scores through the roof, critic score not so good.
Yeah, you want to. Yeah, you want to be.
You don't want to be Transformers.
Pain and Gain fucking rules.
Yeah.
I just watched that the other day and still love it. But it's that thing of like, I went up and I go, I have a good thought. I have a couple bullet points in my head underneath, and then they just wipe away. And then the thought's there. So I went up and I've been having this thought for
punchline.
We talked about it on the show.
Punchline.
Yeah, I'm like, ooh. And part of me goes, my buddy Nick Hoff, who's been on the show, comedian Nick Hoff, who's opening for Larry the Cable Guy. He'll be in the area in January if you want to go.
Okay.
We can go backstage. You can see how I saw Larry the Cable Guy being as frustrated as any comic. He's like, God damn it, there's drunk people in my green room. Can I come in here? Nick's like, you own my green room. You can do whatever you want.
Yes, please.
And then he just bitched about all these drunk people in this green room for 10 minutes. And I was like, that's amazing. Like, no matter how famous you get, comics will still just, like, in money, comics will still just be like a sinus headache.
I guess it's a good thing that he didn't throw him out or he didn't make a big scene. He just left the room.
He's a good dude.
So it seems like a good guy.
Well, he started in the Tampa Bay area as the character.
Automatic pass.
So you always get these. You probably get these people that he hasn't seen forever coming in and then bringing groupies.
Oh, never mind Tampa. Great.
At any rate, so I went up and we've talked about it on the show a lot. Men get labeled bad communicators,
right?
But women fucking are terrible at it.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
they're like, what
are you trying to do here?
First off, I knew I was going to dig myself a hole on stage.
You're throwing me into this hole with
no.
now.
This is what I talked about on stage.
Okay,
but we've talked about it throughout the years on the show. Just the frustration that because we'll get all the punishment of it when it's not our fault. I'm speaking broad strokes, but I'm saying like, all right, hear me out. Not feeling that? You got a fiance, fine, whatever.
Not gonna do it.
Placating, dude. Pandering bear.
I know what you're doing.
You're a panda bear,
I saw
dude.
you guys whispering before the show. You're like, you want to say this?
No.
You'll say this. Gotcha.
No, I actually, after this episode, I got to go show her a good Christmas gift for you that I found, that I stumbled upon on Pornhub, on Craigslist. So no,
He's amazing.
I knew I was going to try to do, like Bill Burr is the best at this. Like he'll give you a statement that most everybody's like, no. And then
right.
he'll
bring you back in.
Yeah, he'll win you on the opposite side. The best bit he has, I mean, the Philly rant for sure, but that's different. I'm talking like the
sinking cruise ships,
the racist Clippers owner,
right?
Bit, like where he's like basically like being a social attorney of sorts, kind of being like.
By the way, this is what we do when we don't prepare. We just repeat other comics bits and explain them and talk about them. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I'm setting the table, baby. So my theory is just like, how many fights have you been in over text messages with your guy friends?
None.
How many have
that
you
I
been?
Know of.
How many have you been in with women?
Not that many.
You are such a pandering bear.
Not that many.
What? Because she's in the other room.
Who?
Your boo?
Oh, never with her.
I was like, or how about this? You're in an argument. You're arguing about like, let's see, like you didn't clean up the house, right?
Okay.
You said you were. You didn't do it. You were cutting sleeves off your shirts instead.
Right, made a bigger mess.
Right, made more mess.
Idiot.
Right? You get in a fight
Some
about
people
this.
call me cool, Eric.
And then you're getting in a battle. You're getting in an argument. And I always am sticking to what we're talking about. I go, I will clean it. It's not a big deal. My bad. Sorry about that. I had to cut some sleeves off my shirt. It was really important that I do that. But women will bring up every bad thing you did in the relationship in that fight somehow.
Okay, I've heard of that.
You know?
Yeah.
And depending on what kind of day it is, like you'll be arguing about that, and then later on it'll be like, oh, she's really upset about like abandonment issues or not listening or something. It's like a bigger thing.
I could see that happening, maybe. I don't know.
The bit,
Really familiar.
the bit. You're the worst, dude. You are king improv. Yes, and master. The Pig Soccer Podcast.
When you don't know about something, it's just hard.
Well,
You know nothing about it.
well, holler if you hear me. Just on the whole, you've heard of this being a thing.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because now I'm starting to think I'm crazy and just went up on stage.
Maybe
and just
you're the problem.
started sounding like a men's right activist. Well, the part of it was
I will apologize after the show.
part of it was this was an old thought I had that just spinal tapped right into my memory. But if you ever hooked up with a girl, she's like, "Are you gonna come yet?" And you're like, "Jesus Christ, what? Why are you yelling at me?" Do you think that makes it easier?
All right, let's play this. Keep playing it out.
No, I mean, have you had that scenario? Like an aggressive, like, come on.
No.
No,
I
you
mean, not
haven't?
that I can remember.
Oh, man. Well, you come quick, probably.
Maybe.
You're a quick comer.
Thank you. The pink sock of quick coming.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you have whiskey dick.
It's quite the mouthful.
Sometimes you don't.
Pun intended.
Sometimes you're not, you can't finish the job kind of thing.
No.
And, but I've had
Happens.
numerous ladies of the night. Wait, those are prostitutes.
Right. Ladies at night.
Ladies at night.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes day.
Ew.
Lunch break action. Get like really frustrated and then like kind of yell like that.
Huh.
And I'm like, and you're vulnerable
How long,
at this point.
like, do you have a time estimate? What are you talking about here? How long are you talking?
Oh, I'm definitely like, it's definitely like, let's say 20 minutes is probably good, right? 15, 20 minutes
Sure,
is
yeah,
a good
yeah.
sesh.
Yeah, beyond that,
It hurts. It probably hurts them.
maybe.
But, sometimes it just
Might
doesn't
just be
happen.
bored.
Sometimes I'm thinking about this material I'm doing.
Right.
No.
How am I going to say this on stage?
No, and I'm like, I want to be like, you're so vulnerable in that moment. You're like, I'm inside you.
Please don't yell at me.
Yeah, I don't need fucking Nick Saban,
Right.
like coaching.
Yeah, this isn't Bobby Knight time. This isn't time to fucking break me down and build me back up.
She threw a chair while on top still.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Got to run in.
Yeah, I thought maybe you had that experience.
I'm getting yelled at for not coming.
Yeah. And I I start laughing because I'm like, what do you think that's going to do? Like, are you serious?
Maybe they just hope that's what you're waiting on.
I was like, do you think I'm Sting? Do you think I'm like,
Right.
I
Well, you're not even choking me. You're not even choking me.
Well, do you think I can just hold it?
Right.
I've been trying to do it since
we started.
Since before you walked in place. Like, I thought I was going to pop too early.
Right.
Because you're doing that game, you're like,
Yet here we are.
you're like, I don't want to make this 45 seconds, but it could be. And you got to baseball your way out of it. Grandma, whatever your trick is.
Don't go there, jeez.
I think of yeah. If your grandma's hot, don't do that. Never? Okay.
What?
Look, sometimes we have guests, and those kind of make the
Sometimes
interviews.
we have grandmas.
The episodes flow by.
Yeah. Man.
Let's talk about leveling up this show.
I just want to do some business stuff.
Never used that one.
Intro music. How long did it take you to do that? Honestly,
It took a couple hours to first find the music.
now I've got notes,
Sure. Yes.
which is not fun because that sucks when you make something like I sent you like, here's a new thumbnail. I think we should try this template out.
Yeah.
But if you're like,
Go for it.
this is blows, I'd be like, God. Now I like the new intro, but is it us?
I don't know.
Is it the show? I think it needs some synth. I think we really got to get back to our core values, our mission statement, our vision,
Well, I'm really glad
our value
I
proposition.
didn't pay for that music because you can hear it sound like a little bit off on the don't know if it would be the melody of it, but it's like because I had to cut out
Oh, really?
the audio mark.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I've been doing
Just
that.
for this reason.
I had to do that with stock graphics. I was like, I'm not paying for this.
Yeah.
I'll just make it work. I'll just copy and paste.
It's like matching the color on each part of the letter.
That's what I did
No way.
with a lot of stuff. Yeah, because sometimes you're like, this will be easy to edit, to work around the watermark, because I only need this one part.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Sure.
I was trying to make kind of a cassette tape, kind of keep into our late 80s, early 90s kind of vibe, and put the episode on a cassette tape, like a mixtape.
Well, you, sir, can feel free to go and find some music.
Well, here's my problem. I am not musically talented.
Neither am I.
Well, you look like a composer compared to me. Are you going to hoodie up now?
Yeah. Some producers do.
You look like Assassin's Creed.
I need my glasses, and I need a pencil beard.
Okay. Really changing the look.
Yeah.
You should go like DJ style from now on.
Okay. Law told me to do it.
We want to level up this show, right? I think we're both individually, when we're not doing the show, trying to at least spend a couple hours kind of working on these little things. Like, let's get it on YouTube. Let's focus on the YouTube channel. This thing, YouTube, it's here to stay. It's pretty big. And we've ignored it for way too long.
Yeah.
We got to get good guests. Like, oh, God, I should have led with this.
Oh, you didn't even talk about it.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Were you stupid?
My new best friend. And let's do this.
Danger zone.
I want to ask him to come on the show. I'm going to send him the video because I've already sent him. I've already sent Kenny Loggins a DM.
Yeah.
So everybody did these instafest.app will pull your whole Spotify, like you're wrapped for the year kind of thing.
Yes.
And it'll create like a fake 3-day festival flyer with all your favorite, like the stuff you listen to the most.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty cool, pretty interesting. I saw those popping up, and I was like, I'm just going to make one that just says Kenny Loggins over and over and over and over. With a couple of like,
Kenny Loggins banged your mom.
DJ Log, yeah.
A few winks here and there.
It's Log. Felt good about that one. Ren and Stimpy.
Oh,
ref.
yeah. Everybody loves, what is it? Loves a log.
It's log, it's big, it's heavy, it's wood.
Uh-huh. Okay. I wouldn't have even got that much.
So,
Don't pee on the electric fence.
so speaking of like time, this is what I call flex time, where I can't go to sleep yet. I got to figure something out. Are you looking at the camera for your own, like, you crushed that joke?
Somebody out there loved it.
Okay. You look like you look like the bad guy in an ADT commercial because they're all white now.
Right. Got to show a white guy breaking into the house. Got to be a white guy.
Only white guys in
Right.
break-in commercials.
Looks just like your neighbor. Could be anybody breaking into your house.
And so I posted it and tagged Kenny Loggins on it, and that was like Monday, maybe. And I wasted probably 90 minutes trying to make this graphic, speaking of like taking stock, like, and just trying to emulate it the way you want.
I was worried, and you were like, I'm all right. Nobody worry about me.
Boom. Wow. Really stuck the landing on that one. You got 2 jokes in this time.
I did 2 jokes.
That's a record. So last night, I saw that Kenny not only liked it, the official verified profile, that he shared it in his stories.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, I sent it to you in Slack, but you know the photos in
ignore
Slack,
most of those.
you got to open them up to see the whole
I see.
screenshots.
Yeah, that's
and,
cool.
And so
You should print it out.
you persuaded
frame it.
Oh, I might. You persuaded me to DM him to ask him to come on the show.
It was pretty easy. You were all about it.
I was giddy as like a 6th grader girl, like like Backstreet Boys, like
Should I do it? I'm
oh my
gonna do
god, Kenny Loggins.
oh my God, it's ringing. It's ringing.
And that was after that crushing set I just kind of went over with you. You know, murdered. And then what's it called? I I think we need to do a video when we can cut it in this episode. If you got me in the single here. Hey, Kenny.
Oh, no, I want to be in it. Start
Okay.
over.
And
Put up or down?
we should probably play some. I'll put the music in later.
Should I hold like a weapon so I could be like intimidating?
What do you think Kenny the Log would want that? Do you
I
think?
don't know. I feel like it might appeal to him. He's kind of badass.
Do you think K-Boner is down?
He'd be like, that guy's respect. Respect.
Ready? Are we ready? We're gonna shoot this
Okay, I'll
promo.
take it off. Okay.
Hey, Kenny, we're BFFs now. Will you come on SweatEquity Podcast?
Please.
It's the #1 business comedy podcast. You can tell us about all the women you've bedded. You can tell us about all your hits. Or you can talk about being a superb businessman. Will you come on?
Please.
Boom.
Okay.
And
there's
cut.
a timestamp on that. All right.
Yep, 25,
Got it.
55. So that we'll send to him, and it'll probably fall on deaf ears. He probably has a social media team, honestly. It's probably not even him.
Hey,
I just thought of that.
who knows?
I forgot that most celebrities have teams doing it now,
Who knows?
like OnlyFans.
Also, can you show this to Kenny? I'll add that on at the end.
All right, yeah, that's good. Well, now we don't have a whole lot of time, but I do want to talk about the main. If you got anything out of this episode, it's like Shawshank Redemption. If you made it this far, why don't you come a little bit further? San Guantanamo.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's in a tin box under a tree that doesn't look like any other tree. Here's my thing.
Who else's material should we do today?
Spontaneity
Oh, I've got that audition.
is easy. Planning is sexy.
Yeah.
And I'm not a natural planner. I have to really work at it.
Right. It is like, it is so annoying that spontaneous is like this thing that has been preached that it's important in a relationship. I understand what they're getting at.
Or business. Anything.
Well, I mean, it's mostly relationships that it's.
Well, how about intrapersonal, professional relationships? But yes, I was thinking. I
We
started.
never do anything spontaneous.
Well, planning sets you up to be spontaneous. Discipline's the ultimate freedom kind of thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
spontaneity's easy. That's impulsive, right?
Selfish.
It kind of is in a way, right? Like, I'm on the dating apps. I see a lot of profiles. If I read them every now and again, I'll do that for a chuckle, because your words don't matter. You're just a thing. But like, it'll be like, I love like a spontaneous date, and I'm like, no, you don't.
Right.
You want a mystery date?
Knocking on the door. I'm here.
Yeah, you want a date where it's
And
like, hey,
they're looking like.
pack a bag with some like, a hoodie and and some other shoes.
Yeah.
They're like, they hate that shit.
Yeah. Do you have hiking boots? Why? Why?
Planning to me shows that you give a shit.
Right.
Planning,
That's taking your time and kind of making it their time.
well, it's also like slowing down, thinking about the other people involved in your life, and going, I need to set everything up as much as I can ahead of time. It's being thoughtful. It's kind of caring about other people in a way.
It's a good time for the holiday season. It's a good message because right now is the time to plan.
Well, that
It's not too late. You don't have to be going to the mall on Christmas Eve.
right, you can knock out all your Christmas gifts right now if you wanted to.
Right.
At the beginning of it's December
And
1st
this thing,
as we record this.
It's crazy. It's called Amazon.
Yeah.
Name something.
And
2 days. It's here.
well, that's my thing in business. In the business world, planning is sexy for profit. Like I lament, and we talked about it in the marketing world, but we always, my buddy Nate, who owns an IT company, him and I always try to have a bitch off about who gets called by people that need work. Like I'll be like, you IT company, they need you right now. When they call for marketing services, they need it done yesterday.
Right. Yeah. Because that means.
Which is giving 110% effort, which
Right.
is impossible.
Yes.
I hate that.
Yeah. It's always because numbers are down, revenue's down, Got to get the revenue going. Don't take away too much of that revenue to the marketing budget because then it's even down further.
Right. And because we live in an instant kind of society, right? You think performance should be instant.
Yeah.
Leads or sales should go up within the week
Yeah.
of you hiring a marketing agency.
Right. You've never marketed before. You've got no materials.
You
You've
have
got
no brand.
messaging.
Yeah.
You've got nothing that's coherent. Yet you got to make that. You got to create an entire persona, and then it has to work in no time flat.
Now, luckily for
Pretty cool.
us, we were so downtrodden by this kind of behavior out of clients hiring us that we're pretty good on the fly. We can kind of makeshift a strategy
Yeah, at this
in an
point,
hour.
we're used to it.
But you're like, it's just one of those things that overall, just as a mantra in life, like planning is sexy, trying to be like a romantic bohemian, living by like,
don't even own shoes.
yeah, like I just live by the seat of my pants, man. Like that works for very rare few.
Yeah, and on the flip side, how often? I mean, it only happened a few times where clients came with their own preparedness and were nice and not needing it done that day.
Oh, that gets me hard. If they come in with like, I know
My
what I
ears
need.
were bleeding. I had like residue out of my eyes. It was so weird when a client actually thinks about helping the marketer out. It's amazing.
Yeah, you feel like you're, you feel like it's like a stigmata symbol to you. You're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So,
God is
if you
real.
if you got anything out of this episode,
God is real.
God is real. I know
I don't give a shit.
because I live in a Spanish grandma neighborhood. He's on every candle in the aisle. My
Yeah.
Publix has a whole aisle of just Jesus candles.
Right.
Fucking, and they sell.
Burn his face off.
They sell. I don't know what that is, but that and a lot of Goya beans. But it's one of those things.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they're Goya dry crackers or cookies. They're just like you might as well. A scone fucking sucks, right?
Yeah.
We can. Why has a scone
The accident of pastries. Don't tell me you did that on purpose.
the driest? Yeah, what am I eating? A bagel that's been left out for 3 days? What the fuck?
Sawdust.
Yeah, that's what those Goya cookies are like. If you ever have them, have fun. Go get a sleeve of Goya cookies.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, this is the driest. This is like a Bounty towel.
Eucharisty.
Yeah. Oh, that might be it. They might think it's a little Jeez-It.
Oh, they're having mass at home.
That's a Dane Cook joke.
What, Jesus?
Yeah.
I know.
What's it called? But if you got anything out of this episode, the real moral of the story is spontaneity is fucking easy and impulsive. Planning is sexy and girthy.
Show's over.